Hi friends, once again we are there with you to discuss some issues. The first thing what we are going to discuss, the police lathi charge, what we can say police brutality on farmer couples in Guna in Madhya Pradesh. The land on which the farmers couple were beaten was allotted for a government college, and it was under illegal possession of Gappu Padri. And Gappu Padri given the land on sharecropping to Raj Kumar Ahirwar and Savitri. So prima facie, the Raj Kumar Ahirwar and Savitri are not the culprit. The real culprit is Gappu Padri, and Rajkumar Ahirwar was just requesting to let the crop grown, let them harvest the crop after few months. Then they will come out from the possession of the land which was given by Gappu Padri. So why did police not listen to Rajkumar Ahirwar, and why it had started beating the family? And it is incident happened in the state of which Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan, he always shows off farmers friendly. So if we receive such kind of news from Madhya Pradesh, it's we can call the state a hell for farmers. 2 3 years back also, the farmers were killed when they were protesting in police firing. It's not the alone incident when farmers are the victim of police brutality. All this happened when there is call for doubling farmer income in 2022, which is not going to happen. And other hand, the farmers receive police beating. Farmer receive betrayal from the government when there is season of cropping of paddy. The diesel prices were increased like anything. It surpassed the petrol prices, and diesel is mostly used for running the motors for irrigation purpose. So all this clearly narrate insensitivity of Modi government and BJP ruled state government. Like other things, they simply show off. They show off that they are farmers friendly, they are poor friendly, they are laborers family. But In reality, their policies, their decisions hurt them, weaken them, make them much poorer. Now we come to the collapse of approaching road of Sattar Ghat Bridge in Gopalganj. 3 days back, the north side of approaching road has been eroded by overflown Gandak, and the bridge was inaugurated just a month ago. Can you believe it? What is the level of corruption in the country that we cannot make a bridge which sustains for 50 years? And what is unfortunate or surprising, that villagers are booked for damaging the road, damaging the approaching road through JCB machine. Otherwise, the construction company should have booked for not following the standard operating procedure in construction of bridge and approaching roads from both sides. When a bridge is made, the 5-kilometer roads, 5-kilometer approaching roads from both the sides are covered under that project, and the construction company is responsible for the bridge and for the approaching roads. But it's not alone the construction company. The engineers who would have verified and the commission would have gone to the government level. What happens in every government project? There is no Susasan in Bihar. It was between 2005 and 10, but it is complete Jungle Raj in Bihar now. You see the newspaper, the crime, loot, rape, murder. You will see 100 of stories, 100 of incidents you will find in the newspaper. See what's happening during Corona. Yesterday I saw the report on NETV by Ravish that Deputy Home Secretary of Bihar government, Umesh Rajak, he died due to Corona, and initially he could not get the hospital bed for a week. When it is the case of a government officer, bureaucrat who is placed on the top, you can think of the common people. And the situation, it's not alone in Bihar. It's in all BJP ruled state. You see the situation in Karnataka. 3 weeks back, we were relaxing. We were in comfort zone. That cases are very less. And we are safe. Just 3 or 4 weeks ago. But what's the situation now? After Maharashtra, the Karnataka has maximum number of corona patient every day. And the government starts crying that God can only help us. And hospital don't have bed. If you go back in March, April, we were saying repeatedly that every state should have 1 lakh hospital beds. Every state should have at least 1,000 ventilators. Every state should start giving training as medical professionals, health workers. Start occupying hotels, start occupying stadium. Bangalore has big stadium, Chinnaswamy, lot of star hotels. The government can build COVID center everywhere, and government can attach those COVID center with hospitals. But all this was not done, and the situation is out of control now. The contact tracing, which was very strong initially in Karnataka, for last 1 month, the local body and the government they took the situation lightly. The Karnataka government became complacent and could not take the measures which were required to tackle the situation when corona starts increasing in huge numbers. See, Delhi, 1 month back, the situation was getting out of control, but a lot of measures were taken. The world's largest COVID center was built. The government machinery was tightened up. The chief minister every day coming before media, holding the press conference, addressing the issue, invite criticism, so he can sort out the loopholes. But all this not happening in other states, especially in BJP ruled state. You see Kerala, it has been praised worldwide, and it is in India only, not in Somalia. During assembly election in Kerala, the Prime Minister compared Kerala with Somalia. And you see how wonderfully Kerala has controlled the COVID pandemic. And even other states could not learn from Kerala. So I will request Government of Karnataka, focus on basics. There is no rocket science to tackle corona pandemic. Increase the testing, 25,000, 30,000 every day. Start sample testing in containment zones, build up COVID centers all across hotels and community halls, stadiums, focus on contact tracing and follow the home isolation strictly, because it has been reported that there is no monitoring of home isolation, and the people who are coming from high risk state, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Delhi, put them in institutional quarantine. Don't let them to go for home quarantine. Otherwise the situation further will slip from the hand and we cannot control it. And whoever are under home quarantine, put them 2 weeks home quarantine mandatorily and monitor, ask police to monitor them. These are the basics which should be followed by the government through its machinery, police and administration to curb corona pandemic. We can just hope that better sense prevails and government take all these measures. Otherwise, no one can save people from corona, and the government will leave them to die on the road. Now we come to the political crisis in Rajasthan. Earlier, it was seen as a revolt by Sachin Pilot, the then Deputy CM and State Congress Chief, and it has been seen as he has been neglected, which forced him to revolt against the Congress government itself. And we all have the sympathy with him. But what is coming out now? It was a well-planned conspiracy to pull down the Congress government in the state, which is well in practice by BJP. Today's leadership of BJP does not believe in people's mandate. They don't believe, they don't want to see the opposition government. They want to break down opposition-led governments anyhow. And Rajasthan is not the exception of that. The Central Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat, the Congress MLA Bhawarlal Sharma, the Jaipur-based hotelier Sanjay Jain, who is close to politicians, has been found in a telephonic conversation in which the Sanjay Jain and Gajendra Shekhawat are talking about getting the numbers up to 30, and then the Rajasthan government will come down on its knee. And in the last, Gajendra Shekhawat blessed them with Vijay Bhava. So all these dirty kind of tricks is getting used by BJP leadership against the opposition-led governments, which is not healthy sign for our democracy. And if all this happens, the existence of democracy comes under a scanner. And whatever we write, whatever we say, the BJP leadership is not going to change its approach against opposition parties, against the democratic values, against the democratic principles, against the democratic norms, which does not permit to destabilize an elected government. So the time has come to rethink on the laws which allow MLA or MP to resign from their constituency, join other political party and have a chance for re-election. Once you contest on the ticket of a political party, you accept the ideology of that political party. There is no ideology today in any political party, so it's not in the question. So once you contest on the ticket of a political party, how can you resign in the between? You cannot resign. You are obliged to that party, and you have to be in the party for 5 years till the next election happens. So we should have a law, or Supreme Court should order that once a MLA or a MP wins the election, he or she cannot leave that political party, he or she cannot resign. They have to be in the party, which will stop the trend of destabilizing the opposition-led government by the ruling parties. It happened in Congress ruling also. In 2004, when Congress came to the power, the BJP Goa government had been toppled down, and the Digambar Kamath, who was in BJP, had resigned and became the chief minister from Congress. So इस हमाम में सभी नंगे हैं. No party can claim that it has not done all this nonsense or dirty things in the past. So we should have the strong law which will curb which will not allow MLA and MP to resign from the constituency and joining other political parties. At the end, there is a very sad story, sad news from UP, two women put themselves under fire for protest against injustice in a land dispute case before Assembly House in Lucknow. This is the result of our justice system. This is the result the government insensitivity. And there are thousands, lakhs of cases where the victims move around one office to another office, don't get the justice from the courts. They cannot afford or they cannot bribe, and finally they fire themselves or they suicide. So UP government should take cognizance of the case, should order for an inquiry. What forced them for such an extraordinary step? These are the jobs of a government. Government is not going to do any favor by doing all this. Government is elected for it. We have not forgotten how BJP leaders put Chowkidar before their name during 2019 election, and PM Modi used to call himself Pradhan Sevak. When they are Pradhan Sevak, when they are Chowkidar, how does all these incidents happen? Thanks for watching. Meet you soon.